everybody, and welcome to episode 53 of the World of DVC Show, where we have a magical math show for you. Right, Derek?
We do have a magical math show, guys. We're talking all the nuts and bolts of Disney Vacation Club. We are going to get into all that good stuff. ROFR, economics, average selling prices, and so much more. We're here to give you the expert advice that you need.
Absolutely.
Hey, wait, are you the expert?
No, are you the expert?
I'm definitely not the expert.
Did I hear somebody needed an expert?
Oh.
Somebody that loves to crunch data and numbers?
Scotty's here.
Scotty Kauffman's here. Woo, thank God.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now entering the world of DVC, the ultimate DVC destination where magical vacations meet incredible value through exceptional service. Put in your headphones, turn the volume up, sit back, relax, and step into the world of DVC.
Just wish on a star. Enter the world of DVC.
Hello, you.
You're going to laugh at this. So first off, welcome to episode 53 of the World of DVC Show. I'm going to be showing a t-shirt later on. You'll see why. It's very, very cool. And before I had it, I just kind of threw it in the back, and Carrie just goes, "What are you doing?"
Did not throw it in the back.
Throw it in
You
the back.
rolled it in a ball and tossed it over your shoulder.
I said, "Thanks, Mom."
And so,
Welcome, everybody.
we're off to a great start today as Derek and I have our first fight on camera. Just kidding. I'm just
Thanksgiving.
kidding. You are going to love this t-shirt, though. I just saw it in person for the first
It's
time.
really, really
It
cool.
is so good. And it's soft. That
It's great.
is a game changer for
Great
t-shirts.
quality.
It's great quality.
So we're so excited and so glad
Yes.
that you guys are here for episode number 53 of the World of DVC Show, our Thanksgiving
It's
show.
crazy. We're down to we're one more show left for the year.
For the year.
I know.
I can't believe
It's
it.
unbelievable.
That is why I'm wearing, because in Florida, when we tape this, is late October, actually, Halloween Day. This is chilly right now. So I have on my Epcot sweater I bought last year with figment on it. Carrie's got a nice little sweater.
A very heavy sweater in this studio, but we are having it's breezy and beautiful. It's like in the 60s, 70s today, and you can't get a more gorgeous Florida bright blue sky day.
This is why you move here.
It's
this
true.
is it.
It's
Forget
so
all the
true.
people that complain about, I can't live there, it's too hot. You know what? The
This
hot's
is
gone.
why we live here.
This is
Yeah.
it. The
The
next
heat
6
and
months.
humidity has gone. We are in, now we'll have beautiful weather really till May.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best part.
Yeah.
We love
It's
it.
awesome.
So glad you guys are here.
Yeah, thank
we're
you so
excited
much.
because we're going to have an expert on to talk all the nuts and bolts of DVC, as I like to call it, all the nerdy stuff, which is perfect. And there's no better person to do it than our good friend, fellow DVC Resale Market Agent, Scotty
Kauffman. Thank God he's the expert, because don't leave that with you and I. We're trusted enough in these two seats. We cannot be trusted with math.
I can't even fold a shirt.
You should have seen it. It was pretty funny. We have a lot to cover.
We are. So we're going to cover with some of the great stuff that we did. We always like to talk about, hey, what Disney stuff did you guys do? We had the best Disney months I think we've ever had, Carrie. So why don't you start with our great friends over at DVC Clubhouse?
Oh gosh, the DVC Clubhouse is one of the best clubs to be part of, right, Derek? It is just, it's phenomenal. So if you've not joined the DVC Clubhouse, head over to Facebook and click on the join, because what I love about the DVC Clubhouse is it's a positive group, and they're funny people, right? Oh my gosh, they're some of the funny, most creative people that you can be around. And so this weekend was a whole weekend of an itinerary, this beautiful agenda that Amy put together, and Derek and I pop in when we can because we work a lot on the weekends and everything, but the end was this kind of crescendo, if you will, where the Sapino family generously, with their own points, got the Boardwalk 3-bedroom grand villa. I have never seen a Boardwalk 3-bedroom grand villa before. It's all on one floor, and you have the view of the fireworks right outside of your balcony. And there was like 15 balconies or something like that, or maybe 4. There was a lot of balconies, right? It was amazing. And so we come, and there's food and drinks, and there was a song written. There was a song written. Was it Dewey who sang the song?
Dewey wrote a song. It was just this feeling, and that's what we love about this group so much too. So again, if you're not a member, do it.
You made the song cut too.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
did.
make the song cut, so I'm here to protest that, Dewey. I'd like to have my name in the song next time, because he rhymed something with Derek, which was brilliant. But it was so funny.
It was so fun to walk into the Grand Villa and to see so many friends that are almost like family.
They really
at
are.
this point. And these people plan trips
Oh my
together,
gosh,
cruises
yeah.
together,
Yeah,
and this
that's
group
true.
obviously, like like most groups, started off small.
Yep.
Now I think we're at like over 1,000.
I think over 1,000.
I think
Just
somewhere like that.
celebrated
So,
their 3rd year anniversary, is it?
It's just wonderful.
It's fantastic. So DVC Clubhouse, and there's 2 events that the DVC Clubhouse does each year. We're very fortunate enough to be invited to both. Thank God we've not been asked to leave or anything just yet. But we love our friends with DVC Clubhouse. So we had a great time.
We had a great time,
It's
and
so
it
much
was
fun.
really, really nice. On top of that fantastic weekend, we
Yeah.
actually were able to carve out just a little bit of time
Right.
to meet with a great friend
Oh my
and
gosh.
a great DVC member, Tom McPherson.
He's
We
no
met him-
relation, but he always calls me his cousin. He's Tom McPherson with an MC. I'm Carrie McPherson with an MAC. But whatever, we can be relatives, Tom, and be cousins. But we did. We met up with Tom at Old Key West, and we had a little sit down with Tom as well. We'd like to share with you.
Take a listen.
Well, you never know who you're going to run into here at Old Key West. As we were filming last month's show, we ran into a cousin of mine. Tom McPherson is
Long
here.
lost cousin.
Long lost cousin. Tom is a McPherson with an MC. I am a McPherson with an MAC, but we can still be cousins because
Absolutely.
it's still one McPherson to another. But you
Just
flew in
about.
all the way from Seattle.
I did.
Just to be here for DVC Clubhouse weekend.
I did.
We're
It
so
was-
glad to run into you.
Well, I'm so thrilled to be part of the show. I've enjoyed watching it. You guys are fantastic. And Marissa,
you.
too.
Yes.
So, I know.
She sends her love.
Oh, I actually have gifts for you guys, too. So.
Oh, Tom brought us gifts.
Yes.
Tom brought gifts?
Oh.
Oh, for
you-
Marissa, I understand she's a beautiful baby doll.
Oh, we will
So a
definitely
nice
make sure to give
soft
that to
blanket,
her.
so she can
Oh
be
my God.
That is the
Swaddled in Disney.
My
Oh,
gosh. Their blankets are the softest.
Oh, this is so cute.
That is so thoughtful.
And then for both of you, I got matching, so you don't have to fight over who gets what.
We do fight over things.
Is that a mug?
Yes, from Starbucks.
Because you are from where the original Starbucks
Yes.
originated from. Oh, stop.
This is so stop. Oh my God.
Now, these
put
are from
notes in
the
this.
Look at this.
SeaTac Airport, which I was stuck in overnight for 7 hours. So,
You had quite the ordeal trying to
Yeah.
get down here.
and the shopping options were limited, so it was either this or like duty-free salmon from Pike Place Market, which I didn't think would travel well. So
I think
thought,
you did well with this. Yes, yes. Not that we don't appreciate duty-free salmon, but that is so wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Tom, that's so sweet.
Very sweet.
And that what I think is such a testament to just all these online communities
Yeah.
like DVC Clubhouse and DVC Fan is that we met Tom it's a couple of years ago I think
I think
was.
it's about 2 years now.
It was
yeah.
about 2 years ago where we knew that he was in town and we had breakfast with Mary Littig.
Right.
Of course, so we had breakfast and we met at the Polynesian and had a
That's
great
right.
time, and then we had a Clubhouse weekend events and we did all this. So that's what I love so much about it is that we knew you were going to be here and we were going to be filming. We're like, Tom, can we have lunch before all the Clubhouse stuff starts so we can just hang out and be with each other?
And
So-
I was thrilled. Yeah, that trip was my birthday trip, and I saw
That's
Mary was
right.
going to be there, and her trip reports are just so wonderful,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
enjoyed them. So I thought I just reached out, Mary, could I treat you to like dinner or a meal? And she said sure, and then she said that you guys had already planned one with her,
Right.
Yeah.
and then you reached out to me and said, hey, we'd love to join you, have you join us with Mary, and
It all worked out.
Yes.
That worked
And
out.
glad to see you here this trip as well. You are a DVC member for how many years now?
2022, so 3 years now.
2022.
Wow.
What resorts do you own at?
Animal Kingdom Lodge, Boardwalk, and the villas at Disneyland.
Oh,
Oh,
new
yeah, I
hotels.
don't think I knew you had villas at Disneyland. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So many
Yeah.
people have multiple memberships. I have one and you have one.
I got one.
We're missing out.
I know.
We maybe need to add on points with each other.
I think
Yeah.
you guys can legally transfer points because you're both named McPherson. So you
Oh,
can
I think
just,
so too.
That's right.
Maybe then you can have Grand Floridian too, and I can have the villas at Disneyland and Animal Kingdom. That's so funny.
As long as I get that McPherson discount at DVC
That's-
Resale, if I want to buy more points,
Exactly.
then sure.
Exactly.
More points.
How often do you come down and use your points, or do you
Oh, my
use them
goodness.
mainly in Disneyland because of the convenience to Seattle?
I've done that 3 times now, but usually about 2 or 3 times a year. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it just,
You're a lot.
it pays for itself.
Yeah.
So once you find the airfare that's reasonable and
Right.
book the time off, I try to get here whenever I can.
Yeah. And what is it, Tom, about Disney Vacation Club and the community that just means the most to you? Because people don't kind of get it, that it's not just like a typical, I saved money on rooms. It's so much more than that, right? I mean, for you, it's like an emotional escape. It's just with friends and family and all of that. Why is it so important to you?
Well, originally it was because my parents took me in '73 when I was like 7, so I've been coming every decade. So, and I wanted to do the same for my family, and I thought not only immediate but extended. So the vacation club with the villas and all the to be able to treat my brother and his family and have like kind of reunions. So I wanted to have that for that flexibility. And then once I started to get online and learn more about it, DVC Fan and then DVC Clubhouse. I'd run into members. I ran into Mary in the park. Her outfits are so bright and colorful. And then Amy Power, who is the DVC Clubhouse, one of the founders there, ran into her, and Emily, also from Seattle.
Yes.
And so then they said, we've got this DVC Clubhouse group you should join. And then we got a reunion coming up in September. And so I did that. And it's just everyone is so fun, and it just makes the trip like to the next level.
Yeah.
Like I remember I was here for the Clubhouse weekend last year, and we were at the Animal Kingdom. That three-bedroom villa. You guys hosted and the takeaway. I just remember laughter all night long. We just sat around the table and just in tears at times. So it was
I always say too, like coming from Disney myself, and you too, Derek, like we worked for DVC and then I worked for Club 33, and it's like you find your tribe of people, who speak the same language, and you understand it, where a lot of times at home it's like, you're going to Disney again?
Exactly.
Right? Weren't you just there? What do you do there? Isn't that all for kids? And it's like, but when you find your tribe.
You Disney adults are weird.
You are weird. Yeah, like you are a little weird. But,
I've gotten that.
But then you find your tribe of people, like you said, Clubhouse and DVC Fan and World of DVC, like you find that tribe of people that say, you only come once a year? You only come every other year? We come 5 times a year. Like, you find that tribe of people.
You need more points.
You need more points, absolutely. And so to me, like, it's also that community of then that's how we got connected with you as well. Mm-hmm. And I remember on Facebook, Tom, you tagged me in something and called and said Cousin Carrie. And I was like, do I have a cousin that I'm forgetting about? Oh my gosh. And then I thought, well, his name's spelled different than mine. And then we met, and it was like, okay, my cousin Tom McPherson, from
probably
Seattle.
is some way down on the family tree.
Somewhere in the family tree.
They decided to develop to your branch, so McPherson.
But it's such a great community of people and who love to do Disney, and then you have these groups that come together once or twice a year.
Well, that's what I think the importance of these groups are too. So much of it is because we all know that before all these groups and even online communities existed, it was like you'd have your vacation's done. Now I'm sad until my next vacation.
Yes.
This allows you to kind of keep the vacation going.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like vicariously through people that do trip reports and people that post and answering questions. So you'll always have that Disney depression when the trip is done. But it's knowing like, at any point I could talk to Tom, or I could talk to this, or they might be there if I'm not, but I'm going to live through their trip reports and I'm going to live through their stories. So that's what's awesome.
In addition to DVC Clubhouse weekend coming up, what's one of the highlights that you look forward to coming here for? For the season?
Well, I went to the Halloween party last night, so they're always fun to do like the special events. And I've also been here Christmas and just in the Christmas parties, and they're just fabulous. And just to be able to. The other nice thing about having DVC is it takes the pressure off the vacations, that you don't have to feel like you see everything in that trip. I'll be back in a couple of months. I'll get it that time. So that's actually been a huge benefit.
DVCers still do, and I'll never understand that. They're like, I woke up at 6 and I went to a park and I got back at 2 a.m. I'm like, dude, slow down.
Yeah, all the best to you. You don't need to do that. You'll be back.
In all honesty, like my first DVC trip or two, I was that way, but I've eased into it now.
Slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
How was the Halloween party last night?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun costumes. I mean, people watching is half the fun of it, seeing what everyone else wears. And then the rides, the lines are so much lower, and the candy's so abundant. It's terrific.
Yeah. Do you go trick-or-treating?
I usually man the
bag
house when the kids come around. So.
Oh, no, I mean at the Halloween party at Magic Kingdom.
Oh, no.
But good to know that you're the stay at the house with the kids and go trick-or-treating.
I just
Karen wants to know what kind of candy you give out. Like, are you like
I bet you're the full Hershey bar.
Well, I keep those for myself, and the kids get the,
the little miniatures.
Yeah, the knockoff non-name brand candy. But no, I'm kidding. No, I just wore like a Roosevelt Haunted Mansion wallpaper shirt last night.
So cute, yes.
And I'd actually been here for the reunion last year, and I had tickets for it, but it got rained out because the hurricane was coming through.
That's right.
But I had brought like even a more elaborate thing and never got to wear it, and hauled it all the way from Seattle and back. So I thought maybe I'll just do a shirt.
A little simple.
Go with the Roosevelts.
Yeah, I love
That's what
it.
this is. Which I got. You guys were passed out at your 50th. Show.
Yes,
I think Marissa got you those.
That's exactly what I looked at.
Yep.
That's the button-down version of the hoodie.
Yes.
It is.
That we got.
It is, yeah. We
So I
have
thought
that
I'd fit
shirt.
into the club.
We should have worn
All right,
our shirt.
Tom, before we leave to go have lunch, and we're having lunch at Olivia's, and I'm telling you, it's been, maybe a couple months since the last time I was at Old Key West visiting some members that happened to be in town. Every time I come here, I forget how much I love it.
I know.
I
It's
forget. And
such
I
a
live in
beautiful
Florida,
resort.
but I forget like just how pretty and tropical it is, and everybody just feels like you're on vacation, and it's just great. So,
Yeah.
favorite DVC resort. Say you get one more chance to use someone else's points, so there's no limit. It's not your own. What resort and what room are you choosing?
I'd have to say, I love Grand Floridian. I've stayed there just on, I don't own there, but just the look of it. I know people say, oh, it's too fancy, but I just love the whole, I think the history of it, and the grandeur of it and the proximity of the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think that would be probably, I'm kicking myself for not buying it when they were having that crazy
Fire sale.
when they added on the
The studios.
Big Pine Key to make it
Yes.
studios, but,
That's when I got my contract, and I
Yep.
did Grand Floridian as well. And people say that to me all the time. You could have done something so much cheaper. I know, but there's something so special about the Grand Floridian. So you're speaking my language.
Yes.
Again, you find your tribe, right? Because other people are like, why would you go there? It is too fancy. And it is a little on the fancy schmancy side, but we are a little fancy schmancy
Yes.
as McPhersons, I guess.
Exactly.
Yes. It's so good to see you.
Oh, good to
Thank
see
you
you
for
guys,
taking
too.
time to meet up with
course.
Derek and I.
And lunch is my treat at Olivia's.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Just you guys are going
Lunch?
to share a plate, no appetizers, but it's my treat, absolutely.
Just gonna
One
say, I
plate.
heard they have a great lobster. I'm sorry.
Salad and a glass of water.
Yes.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank
you're
you
welcome.
so much,
Thank
Tom.
you guys for all you do for the community.
Well,
so
thank you. Enjoy your stay. Enjoy
will.
your visit here.
Thanks.
And we will see you real soon.
see you soon.
Aw.
Great job,
I
Tom.
love seeing Tom.
Yeah.
Tom makes me smile every time I see him.
I know.
Every time I
He's
see him.
just
I
such a
can't wait
great
to
guy.
see you again, Tom. And again, we also did another event when I saw you at Old Key West. It made me go, I was at Old Key West like 2 weeks ago.
I know.
We just did our DVC Fan Oktoberfest
Yep.
event all weekend long. We did a meetup. We're talking hundreds of people at Disney Springs on Friday night. Saturday morning, we did a 5K
Yep.
around Old Key West Resort.
Did
We
you run the 5K?
I walked real slow. I held up the back. I held up
But
the
you
back. of
said
it.
you'd never do a marathon. And did you get a medal or anything for this marathon? Or was it just like bragging rights?
It was bragging rights.
Okay, well, that's
yes,
still
it was
good.
bragging rights, and I kept walking just like DVC Clubhouse with great members.
Oh,
so we
they're
did a
amazing.
5K, and then that night we went to Epcot,
Yep.
and then we had actually a little fireworks viewing party that
Mm-hmm.
was great at Epcot. But again, that's what's great about these communities, whether it's DVC Clubhouse, DVC Fan.
Right.
We are just so blessed and honored to be a part of all of them. So
I was sad
thank
to
you.
miss Oktoberfest. I had to work the whole weekend. Somebody had to. No, I'm kidding. But I did. I had to work all weekend. And I unfortunately had to miss all of Oktoberfest. I was able to go to the Summerfest,
Yeah.
some of the Summerfest events, but definitely we'll be back at some of the
We love 'em.
upcoming events.
And
but
that's the best part of our job is because a
gosh.
lot of time, we work a lot, and it's
do.
talking to folks on phone or talking to folks live on chat. So when we get to do these events
I know.
and we get to see all of you in person, whether we're in the parks or whether we're at resorts or whether we're doing official meetups or unofficial meetups, we love
Love
all
it.
of that.
We
That's
love
the
it.
stuff that just warms our heart.
Yeah.
So
if you haven't
thank you.
joined DVC Fan or DVC Clubhouse, make sure to do it because I love what I love about DVC is yes, the rooms, the points, but it's the community.
Oh.
It is the community of members and the families and the friendships that you make right along the way.
That's what it's all about. That's what
we're
it's all-
thrilled to be a small part of it.
And speaking about what it's all about, this is all about the month of Thanksgiving,
Yes,
right?
it
So we were
is.
coming up with how should we give away our $100 Disney gift card this month?
We'll talk about too last month's response
yeah.
just real quick because last month's response was an Annie question,
That was
which
a
was
good
what
one.
show or attraction or character experience would you bring back to life in honor of Halloween? And that was the question.
That was
and
good.
we had such great responses.
There was so many good responses, and it was funny because a lot of them involved holiday. So there was a lot of people
Yes.
that were like, I want the Magic Kingdom Christmas lights on the Cinderella Castle to come back.
Oh, so
that was a
gorgeous.
huge one. Osborne lights.
Osborne.
at Hollywood Studios. Everyone missed those as well.
Yep.
Tapestry of Nations.
Oh, another
my
great one.
choice. Got a lot of people. If you've seen it, it will never leave you.
Oh no!
So
The music is
Tapestry of
amazing. It's funny. I picked Great Movie Ride,
Yeah.
and I was very solid in that answer until I saw Osborne Lights, the Castle Lights, and I thought, oh, bring back that too, and that, and that, and that. There's so many. Many great answers.
This one, there was a lot of people that mentioned, and as soon as they mentioned it, it was the Fountain of Nations at Epcot. And I thought about that the last time I was at Epcot just a couple weeks ago. Because yes, the new remodel, it's all nice and fine, but I'm like, my God, they need a fountain. They need a fountain. Like,
was
yes, they have a
beautiful.
nice Walt statue that you can take a picture, and you have like garden. It looks like a college campus. But they missed a fountain. I need that fountain that was there, and that fountain was so magical at night, whether you walking in, coming out. So all of you who said the Fountain of Nations, thanks. 'Cause
we're with you.
Now I'm going to think about it every single time I go.
I know. Well, it's funny because you think about the fountain. It's not an attraction. It's not a character experience. I mean, in a way, it is a show, but it's a landmark.
Yes.
In front of Spaceship Earth, So
I know.
there were so many great answers. I did see one answer too that the guest wrote in and said, "I know it's expensive, but 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea." And I thought that's a great one. That is a great attraction to bring back as well. So I love that one. But tell us, Derek, how you can win a $100 gift card this month by answering this great question.
Thanks, Carrie.
You're welcome.
We sound like a news channel.
We get so cheesy all of a sudden.
That's right, Carrie. I do have the answer to that. So we thought about it's Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving revolves around food. So I thought, how about if we ask y'all, all right, what Disney food item are you most thankful for when you come on your Disney vacation, right? So, you're coming to Disney. Obviously, it's about the rides, it's about the resorts. But for so many people, it's about, my God, I cannot wait to get down there because I can't wait to eat.
Whatever.
Yeah, like I can't wait to eat.
Yeah.
So let us know, what is your item that you're like, I'm going to Disney, I can't do a whole trip. I have a feeling I'm going to hear a lot of Mickey Mouse ice cream bars.
Yep, the Mickey bars, absolutely.
I'm going to hear a lot of Dole Whips.
Oh, yes.
But Carrie, what is your, and again, how do you do it?
That's right.
Yeah. On YouTube, leave us a comment and send us an email to info@worldofdvc.com. Again, leave us a comment in that YouTube. That's how you can also find that $100 gift card. But Carrie, what are you thankful for to put in your tummy?
Oh my gosh, it's such a trick question, isn't it? Because there's so many. I originally went with the Mickey bar.
Yeah, I know, but
Can I may explain? The Mickey bar, because I used to sell them when I was a college program student a million years ago. So there is a little heart palpitation there for that. But I have to say, when I think about it, and I can never remember the name of it, but it's at Epcot, it's in France, and it's a drink. And it's at the
is it the Slushy Marnier?
It's exactly what it is. The Grand Marnier slush. Thank you.
I knew it.
That's exactly what it is. I love the Grand Marnier slush.
Every time I go to Epcot, every time we get near France, I'm like, I always know I'm near France because I see all the ladies have the Slushy Marniers. They're taking picture. It's Instagram.
Oh, I thought you were saying you see me like pushing people out of the way to get to the Grand Marnier slush. Yeah, it is an Instagrammable moment though, and it's so good, and it's refreshing, and it's a little fancy.
That's a good one.
I love that one. So I'd have to give it to that. And I say that with a caveat that I have yet to be to Aulani, and I know that when I get to Aulani, because you can include Aulani in this too, or Disneyland,
and Disneyland.
Yeah, absolutely. That I will have a snack there too that I will absolutely love. But what is your most thankful item on the menu?
Of course, it's going to be park specific. So for each park, I think I probably have one.
We don't have time.
No, it's not beer at every single park, although I do have a favorite in every single park. I'm going to say the one that I've had, and I only started it like a couple of years ago at the Magic Kingdom, is the cheeseburger spring rolls. And the Adventureland cart. Yeah, they're incredibly healthy. They're good for you.
They're incredibly healthy.
They're the worst things on the planet for you. But they are so good. And I know anybody out there and sometimes I think they have cheesesteak spring rolls. But I think the main staple is the cheeseburger spring rolls.
Is this the spring roll cart when
you cross the bridge?
Okay.
Yes.
That is so funny. So when I was at Magic Kingdom, was it September? We had stopped and asked a cast member for directions to something, and he said, "You know where the egg roll cart is?"
Yeah.
And we said, "No." And he said, "How do you not know where the egg roll cart is?" So the spring roll cart. And then we saw it, and the line was like...
It is.
So we knew we were missing out on something.
Yeah, but don't be scared by the long line because it goes quickly.
It goes quick,
but
I
I
would
tell you,
imagine.
they're decadent. They're it's everything not good for you that you don't mind when you're at the Magic Kingdom.
Disney takes all the calories and all of the fat and the sugar out of everything, right? It's all just pixie dust and magic.
Now I'm hungry. We got to finish the show.
Cheeseburger, spring rolls, and a Grand Marnier slush, please.
Slushy.
Yeah, but let us know what you're most thankful for a snack around Disney. We'd love to know that.
And I'm thankful for now our around the world and our market updates.
Love it.
That's what I'm thankful for. Now, first off, if you haven't already downloaded the Keyholder Vacations app, make sure you get it. Go to any store where you get your apps, Keyholder Vacations. We've got that loyalty program.
Yep.
That thousands and thousands and thousands of you have already joined.
Yep.
Different tiers based on every single purchase you make throughout all of the companies that we have. Different rewards, different prizes, special events to go to. So again, get that app. Keyholder Vacations. Make
It's
sure
been fun
you
to
get
see
that app.
people redeeming some of their prizes along the way as well. So the prizes are real and the redemptions are real and the app is phenomenal. So yeah, make sure
We
to
do all the
download
hard
that.
work for you. So we keep track of all
true.
those purchases.
It's true.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And you'll also know when you go to keyholdervacations.com as well, many of you have already booked it. But we're doing our first ever Keyholder Vacations cruise. We're going on the Royal Caribbean Utopia of the Seas. This is going to be July 20th through the 24th. Let me tell you, we've already sold over 60 staterooms. So that's close to already 200 people have already bought.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. We're going to have special events. We're going to be doing different live shows on it. You get to interact with some of the greatest members all over the whole entire world. So if you haven't gotten those details on that cruise, do it. Because we're keeping it small this year.
Right.
So we are just about probably almost sold out. We don't want to make it too big. So get over there. You can find out more details, keyholdervacations.com. In the upper right is where you'll find the cruise.
Yeah.
And Carrie, what's going on at the resale market?
Resale
where we live and
market.
breathe.
Resale market is always kind of got some hot things going on, but this right now is the time where points with no annual dues due for 2025 points, that is.
Yeah.
So as you see listings with 2025 points, as the buyer, you pay no annual dues on those. So it's such a great value. So take a look at our listings at dvcresalemarket.com. If you see that little column that has any 2025 points on that,
huge.
your dues are how much, Derek?
Cute.
Zero.
Zero.
They're zero.
So you get to use the first vacation, use the 2025 points,
Yep.
then maybe you even bank your
I was gonna say,
2026.
maybe you bank them. Yeah.
You get to live off more points than
Yeah.
you actually bought.
Come
So,
in with a surplus. So that's a great value right now going on at the DVC resale market.
Speaking of deals, everybody likes deals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like the king of the segues. Here's what you want to do. And next month, in December, is where we are going to launch, which is going to be called the 10 Days of Deals. How do I find out about what these 10 days of deals are, Carrie? It's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost all of Keyholder Vacations brands are
Right.
going to be involved, right? So we're talking our loyalty program, the Lost Bros, the DVC Resale Market, the rental store, Unlocked Magic, Be Our Guest Vacations. We're going to have 10 days of deals coming in December, so next month. So how do you do it? It's really simple. Guys, all you have to do is follow World of DVC on Facebook and on Instagram. And we're going to deliver these 10 days of deals to you. That's it. This is November. You probably have like almost a month to be able to follow. So don't miss out.
That's right. Facebook and Instagram.
That's
great.
it.
Awesome.
But Carrie, now we're in, and I know you and I are probably the most important update, the most exciting part of our updates today is we're talking about Give Back November, also known this year as Keys to
Keys
Kindness.
to Kindness. All month long, the entire month of November is our Keys to Kindness promotion right now, where every portion of every sale across all of our brands here at Keyholder Vacations, we will donate a portion of our proceeds to Give Kids the World. And if you don't know about Give Kids the World Village, it's a non-for-profit village here in Central Florida that aids in helping children with illnesses and their families. They give them a week-long stay. It's pure joy, magic, and love. If you've not been over to the Give Kids the World Village, I highly recommend it. And you know, I had a lot of people too when I used to work for Club 33.
Yeah.
A lot of my members from Club 33, and I believe some DVC members too, when they would come down for their vacations and their trips, they would donate, but they would also donate their time and go over and volunteer, because you can go over and volunteer with the kids' activities. We decorated the whole village one year for Christmas, all the Christmas decorations and whatnot. But they are just an incredibly special non-for-profit village here in Central Florida. And so that is our kindness, Keys to Kindness this month, the entire month of November.
Yeah. Because it's such an amazing organization that taking these families that are going through, have been through so much, and giving them a week of just nothing but magic.
Oh, yes.
No doctor appointments,
No.
no anything else. And the joy and the memories, and we've met so many, I get goosebumps just thinking
know.
about it, that you've met these families and what these trips mean to them. And for our company to be able to team up and be a part. And again,
Right.
like you said, doing things that you're going to be doing anyway, right? If you're going to be purchasing a contract or maybe buying some tickets through Unlocked Magic, a portion of every sale, every single sale is going to go towards Give Kids the World. So if you want more details on that, you need to check out just keyholdervacations.com/kindness. kindness. So check that out. You will find details about Give Kids the World.
Right.
You'll find out details about this promotion. You'll also find out details as well. Well, how can I give other ways?
Right.
Which is perfect. And it segue back to my shirt.
To the T-shirt.
You will see a link right there that you could purchase a shirt. This is a customized shirt that was made just for our partnership with Give Kids the World, and most importantly here on the back.
Yep.
You will see all the things that are fantastic and magical to Give Kids the World. You'll see keys to kindness, some of the icons there. There's the train, all of that right there.
Treasure chest.
Buy a shirt, and a portion of this shirt will go towards Give Kids the World.
Yeah.
And I can personally vouch, it's an incredibly well-made shirt.
It is. Like
And
I
I
said,
know my shirts.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
This is one of the nicest shirts I've ever gotten.
I think I said at the beginning, it's very soft. And if ladies love soft shirts, I think so. Men do too. But
Yes.
it's an incredibly soft, very durable shirt.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to donate that way and purchase a shirt, that would be wonderful.
And visit the site. Again, keyholdervacations.com/kindness is where you can see you can donate. Here's another one. That cruise that we talked about,
know.
which is so great. What if you go, well, I don't know if I have the money for that. You can buy a ticket. It is a raffle ticket. It is $10 because we are giving away a cruise.
Right.
We're giving away a cruise on the Keyholder cruise. It's going to cover your room. We're giving you some park tickets. You're getting like $500 in airfare. All you have to do to register is just a $5 ticket for
Right.
that cruise.
Right.
You can't beat it.
you
Which is
can't
amazing.
beat it. It's unbelievable.
It's just amazing. So
Yeah.
again, keyholdervacations.com/kindness. Visit, check out Give Kids the World. Check out all the great ways that you can help us partner, because when we give together, it just makes it even more magical.
It really does. I love that we work with and for a company that delivers on kindness.
I love
and we've
that.
been doing this for a few years now, and Give Kids the World is definitely a very special place. So
We are lucky.
thank you to all of you who have donated or will donate. We
Will donate,
greatly
which is
appreciate
great.
it.
So with that, I think it's time we bring on. I got
our-
to put my thinking cap
Our
on.
magical mathematician, exactly. Thank God we've got Scotty Kauffman here, by the way. Don't leave this in Derek and my. We're good at this
All
stuff.
I have is a T-shirt.
I know. Don't give us analytics and papers and stuff like that. That's where we have the best of the best
Yes.
to come on and help us navigate through all of the economics.
Economics,
of
the
DVC.
number
The
stuff,
number stuff,
right?
yeah.
ROFRs and average selling prices, all that fun stuff. Let's delve into it. So everybody out there, get ready, because we know a lot of you guys love all this stuff. So let's get into some of the nuts and bolts and economics of Disney Vacation Club with Scotty. Scotty, get in here. And
Well,
here he
look
is.
who It is. Hi, Scotty Kaufman.
Aloha.
Hello, and thank you for the homey greeting. I would say on this Aloha Friday.
Aloha
pleasure,
Friday.
pleasure to be here.
Nice
It
to
is-
see you. You're fresh from Longboat Key.
Yes, I
Fought
just
the traffic to get over here.
yes, actually, I just came in from Longboat Key, where I have a condo. I was
Yeah.
telling you to
Yeah.
come back to this wintry weather we have in
It is a
Orlando
bit-
today.
It is a bit chilly out. Do you like this weather? Because this is my weather.
Oh no, I do love it.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
But I also like the consistent
Yeah.
weather of the islands right now,
yeah.
where it's maybe mid 70s high and getting down to 50s at night,
Which
is
is a perfect segue, Scotty, because there might be some folks that maybe didn't see you on a previous show. So why don't you tell everybody out there, because again, if you don't know this guy, you got to get to know
Wealth
this guy.
of knowledge.
Wealth of knowledge, and even better, when he saw my sweater, because it is kind of chilly
It is
here
a
in
bit
Florida.
nippy. Yes,
I meet
it
Scotty
is.
here in the lobby, and he says, "Oh, Derek, I was going to wear this Aloha shirt and look great, but we're going to be talking ROFR and average selling prices and all this stuff. So I think this makes me look better, I think." I'm
Newscaster,
like,
like a newscaster.
you are
Yeah.
the most
Yeah.
well-dressed
Anchor.
person we've ever had on the
It's so
show.
true.
Wow.
It's
Well,
so true.
I take that as a compliment. Yes, I did dress up for the occasion, because when I said Happy Aloha Friday, for those who don't know me, I'm originally from Hawaii,
Right.
and I am an island boy. That's why I love Longboat Key.
Right.
But I did bring my Aloha shirt just in case.
Just
if
in
we
case.
wanted to talk Aulani.
Oh, so we could have a costume. We've never had a costume change on the show, by the way. I'm just saying, maybe we need a wardrobe change.
But
Stay
no,
tuned,
since
I
we
don't
are
know.
here to talk about some numbers, I thought
No, that's
I'd wear
perfect.
the more of the Wall Street look today, I guess.
I love it.
You look great.
Yep.
You look great. And again, Carrie even said as we started, right before we started taping, she goes, "That's what I love about the DVC resale market and all the agents we have, because everybody's got their own kind of niche and their own level of expertise."
It's so we are definitely not a one-note
No.
team. That's what I love about us. We are like the DVC resorts,
Yeah.
right? Every resort is something different. whatever it might be. And that's how I feel about.
I am not Bay Lake Tower.
You are not Bay Lake Tower.
No, that's a great question.
That is-
What resort are you, Carrie?
Yes, that is a great question,
No.
Scotty. You are more of the Polynesian,
Yes.
even though you're a boardwalk
Yeah.
guy too.
Yeah.
But that's just it, is that we all bring something so different as far as knowledge or passion or being a member or whatnot. And you truly bring not only just knowing things, but you are passionate
Oh, he loves it.
about numbers and kind of digging through and doing this research. And then, so I'm a bit of a research person, but not on your level. But then when I take what you've given to the company as far as all your blogs and all this information, and we share it with you, the guests and members and buyers and sellers, it's priceless. It is priceless what you do.
And you were a direct guide, of course, at Walt Disney World, right?
Yes.
For how many years?
Gosh, I guess it was about 5 years. And the story there, real quick, being from
please.
Hawaii,
Yeah.
I never dreamed I'd work for the Walt Disney Company.
Yeah.
Get involved in Disney's version of timeshare. But I had a mutual friend of ours, Jeannie Raymond, who was a
we
longtime
love
guide,
Jeannie,
a beloved
yes.
guide, said, Scotty, I have the perfect job for you.
Isn't that
And
funny?
it was this job. And I was fortunate to be honored with the opportunity, by our wonderful trainer we all know, April. So I did that for about 5 years,
Yeah.
and then also became a dedicated cruise team guide,
Sure.
which, Derek.
Right,
So I
yeah.
was part of that
Yeah.
revolutionary, innovative team. But the other reason why I really wanted to give this a shot is being from Hawaii, knowing that the Disney company was going to be developing a $1 billion unbelievable resort on my home island of Oahu.
Right.
Being the only one from Hawaii working at Disney World when we were opening and selling it, it was a natural.
It's a natural fit. You've got the spirit of aloha, the culture, the Hawaiian culture meets the Disney culture. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
Yeah.
And then how long have you been over here at the DVC Resale Market?
Gosh,
been for a
it's amazing to think that we're going on. I say, this unbelievable company that the brilliant Nick Cotton engineered
Yep.
and created. I'm going on 10 years, so I was one of the
Oh,
original.
10 years.
Yes. I
Congratulations.
finished some strategic Disney cruises that I wanted to do. And I can't believe it. It was 10 and a half years now if you think about it. Actually.
Congratulations.
So we've been
A
around, I think,
decade,
11 and plus years.
We always laugh because Carrie and I talked about earlier in the show that now, this is all, the world of DVC is now under Keyholder Vacations.
Right.
And back then when you joined, it was, the
DVC
place where you
Resale
go buy DVC Resale Market.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's got this and then
Right.
this. And
Right.
that's always been what Nick has always had, this extraordinary brain, to be
Yeah.
like, okay, so I could buy
Yeah.
a Disney Vacation Club, but how do I pay for it? I know. We'll have a finance
Well,
company.
and Nick is an odd combination. You don't find this in many people. I always look at him like this. He's a Walt and a Roy, right?
yeah.
Like usually, like one's a Walt and one's a Roy. And in this situation, I would say you're the Roy, and we're the Walt,
Yeah.
maybe. And sometimes
Yeah.
we can be the Roy. But I feel
Yeah,
like Nick
no.
is that combination of both, like you said, that dreamer and visionary, but then also
Yeah.
like the financials and the savings and this and
Yeah.
that too. So it's,
Yeah.
it's a great.
That's a great
combo.
description. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right, and that's a rare gift to actually.
Oh, yeah.
And he was he was the top selling timeshare
Yeah.
person on the planet. So he was great at that craft. But you're right, his. As everybody knows, his engineering background.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was involved in the FastPass create.
I know.
And that's his. But anyways,
Yeah.
great description.
We
there.
should probably have invite him back on the show.
This is a good show, Nick. I want to make sure you're watching
yeah.
it.
Thanks, Nick.
Christmas bonus.
I didn't say that, Derek.
kidding, I'm
Anyway,
kidding. Okay,
yes.
anyway, so
Well, Scotty, we're happy to have you here.
Yes, we
today.
wanted to have
That was
Scotty
good.
on because we're super excited because we know, and we were talking about, folks love the detailed shows that we do. A lot of the shows that we do, are super fun and they're lighthearted and
Right.
talking about great topics and Disney attractions and stuff. But a lot of times, it's, people love the ones that get into the nitty gritty, nuts and bolts, as I like to call it, nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
People love that stuff. And I told Scotty and Carrie too that the most popular blogs that we have
Yep.
on DVCResaleMarket.com. You got it up right there at the very top. You can click on where it says blog. We publish probably 3 to 5 different blogs a week,
yeah.
on various topics that are so helpful if you're doing research. I use them all the time when I'm talking to guests and they go, well, how many points should I buy? You could go to the blog and type in how many points, and there's a blog that will break it out for you. So just about every topic, but easily, hands down, bar none, the 3 most popular blogs that we have every single year are always ROFR,
Yep.
Right of First Refusal, that comes out every month.
Yep.
Average Selling Price, that comes out every month. And then one that's near and dear to this nerd's heart right over here is the most economical Disney Vacation Club.
Yeah,
resort.
the semi-annual rankings we do.
Yeah.
And
No reason to do that monthly. So it
No,
just makes
no.
way more
Right,
sense
no,
to do it
you're
quarterly.
right.
You're not going to see too much trend line. It's too much movement, I believe. And average selling prices make sense, I believe, every month.
Oh, yeah.
ROFR, of course,
Absolutely.
because that's a pulse on someone selling or buying every day. Whereas the economical, that's just that's a big tool you want in your toolbox if and when you're doing something. But you need that other daily intelligence.
Right.
Because
Right.
that most economical one is what you're looking at for like long term.
Yeah.
So that's why it does every single quarter. And plus, I don't know if Scotty wants to write it every single month.
Well,
It might be a little shorter. And
Yeah,
then, like you
yeah.
said, the semi-annual's got some meat to it. So.
I truly do love my numbers. I mean, as a child, my passions was always numbers. I was a baseball nut.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh.
Because you do a lot of radio things too, because you've got a really good
well.
radio voice. But combine that with baseball, because weren't you a baseball announcer?
Well, yes, I did a little of that.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, besides my wonderful, my fortunate Disney and
Yeah.
Yeah.
DVC Resale Market background and now Keyholder Vacations, my previous career, I was a sports reporter.
Right,
That's
right.
what you're referring to.
Yeah.
And my love from the day I could first walk and talk was baseball.
Yeah.
My dream was to be a professional baseball player.
Yeah.
And then when I got to college, I realized I wasn't as good as I thought I was, Derek. I fulfilled one of my dreams and a passion. Not many people can say that. But baseball was my love, and from the earliest times, I was always keeping statistics. I still have my journals from my Little League days when I was
you
10 years
really?
old.
my God.
And to tell you how much of a nerd I am, so I was involved in the startup of Baseball Weekly, which is USA Today Baseball Weekly. For baseball fans out there, it's now Sports Weekly. But
So cool.
I had a title which most Americans wouldn't even know what it means. I was an agate editor. So an agate in the world of newspapers is small type, statistic.
Okay.
So when you opened up a newspaper, those that are still left, everything involved numbers. The entire sports pages,
Right.
the box scores,
Right,
you know,
right,
the,
right.
the business section, the stock, all the stock. That's agate type. So that's how much I love baseball. And some of my earliest jobs, I was an official scorer. That's how I earned my side hustle money in college. I was an official scorer for our minor league baseball team, our AAA team, where Barry Bonds started his career when he was with the Hawaii Islanders.
cool.
And he didn't last long, and then boom, he went straight to the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I was an official scorekeeper.
Yeah.
That was one of my jobs. So I really do love numbers.
Yeah.
So you were the guy when I used to be in Chicago and go see my beloved Chicago Cubs. You were the guy that was sitting there while I had my beer. You had that scorecard, and you were keeping track of every single strike, every single ball.
100%. No, I was getting paid to, and it was my job
I
to
love that.
to declare. I was the one that said, "Is that an error or is that
yeah.
a hit?" That was my.
Yeah.
That's the official scorer's job.
right.
You know, was that a pass ball? Was that a wild pitch? So a lot of responsibility there.
That's
you
a
know.
lot.
But
And that's why
you're just drinking the beer at Wrigley Field. You know.
I wasn't doing it. What's the score? I don't know. This is why this is perfect and why we're glad to have you on for
Oh,
this.
yes.
So Scotty's got so many files. Scotty, show him.
I'm
Look,
telling you.
It is like he's here. So if this is your jam, if this is your wheelhouse per se, get ready.
Buckle up.
Because we're going to start with the right of first refusal.
Right.
Also in short terms, could I call that an agate ROFR?
Yeah.
ROFR?
Yeah,
That could be agate. Yeah,
That'd
that could be the
Ro-
agate
The
ROFR.
ROFR report would be the agate
agate
editor's responsibility.
Agate editor's
Absolutely.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh
Learning
my
much
gosh.
already.
We are learning over here.
Which is very
Yeah.
funny because we do call it ROFR just for like shorthand. But I heard from someone the other day, it was very funny. They were telling me a story about ROFR, and they were a member and they met with a direct Disney Vacation Club guide, maybe talking about adding on or whatnot. And they said, Derek, it was so funny because I kept talking and I kept using this phrase, over and over again. Well, what if I buy this one? Are you afraid it's going to get ROFR'd or blah, blah, blah? And then finally, the direct person goes, what are you talking about? What is
ROFR?
ROFR? And she goes, right of first refusal. And they're like, Oh, I've never heard anyone call it that
Right.
before.
And then you add the word monster on the end of it, the ROFR monster, as we say, right? And
That's
people
right.
really don't know what it is. And I didn't know either until I came.
that
I'd
funny?
never heard of ROFR before. But if you do know, you're shaking your head going, I know what ROFR is. But if you don't, like Derek said, it's the right of first refusal. Scotty, tell people a little bit, what is the right of
is
first
it?
Well,
refusal?
yeah,
What is
and
ROFR?
like you, when in the Disney company world,
Yeah.
that was a non-existent
No.
word. ROFR, Right of First Refusal Review, which I remind everybody is the Walt Disney Company has the legal right to review every executed contract, our team sells in the entire industry. So, and typically it's a 30-day review.
Right.
So why I always tell my sellers, hey, no big deal, you sell it one way or the other. The Disney company has to match the exact terms of the
Right.
agreement.
Right.
The buyer, unfortunately, has a chance where they might not be able to buy that greatly discounted resale contract.
Right.
And they get their deposit back. If you're wondering, I just had a I had a new member
yeah.
join this week, and they said, "Do I get the deposit back?" Absolutely. But that's ROFR. That is Disney's legal right.
Yeah.
They effectively have a lien, you can say, on every member, if and when you ever decide to sell.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is an important thing, meaning a lot of people go, I don't like ROFR. But I'm telling you, as an owner, as a DVC owner, you want it. You are grateful at the end of the day that there is something called ROFR. Because if there wasn't, we would be like any other timeshare on the planet where you can go buy it for $1, you can go buy it for 50 cents. So the fact that Disney does this, the fact that it keeps its value, maintains its value, many cases increases its value, it's a very, very good thing at the end of the day. Of course, unless it's your contract that's bought back. But
Right.
hey, just move it over and try another one.
Exactly.
That's what you
Yeah.
have to do.
Yeah.
But you're right. It is your friend in the grand scheme of things.
In the grand scheme of
Create
things.
some a certain level of understanding in the business, a trust, another level of trust,
Right.
and a layer that hey, this is an environment and a market that's controlled, so to speak.
Right.
It's not the wild wild west.
And
You know,
it
yeah.
can fluctuate because we went, and Scotty, you can go a little bit deeper into this. A while back, not too far back, we went. Was it a full year?
Oh, it was over a year.
Over a year, right? With nothing.
With zero
Nothing, yeah.
bought back. Zero bought back. So when they finally started buying contracts back, we were like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Was it 2000? Was it
What?
2023 and 2024 that Disney bought nothing back?
Yeah, and I wanted to go back and the exact time frame because it lasted for such a long period.
Yeah.
Has to be historic in the 30. The club's been around, let's say, 32 plus years.
Yeah.
And of course, nobody has that data, and I'd have another side job to figure that out. But since we've been in the business, nobody has collected this kind of intelligence. It was well over I want to say a year and a half where I would tell folks you can count on one hand.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a good year and a half, and it was around the 23, 20.
Yeah.
I think so.
I want to say 22, 23 because they started to trickle in a little more frequently last year,
Right.
ever so slowly.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the floodgates have
Yeah.
opened, Derek.
Well,
Yeah.
Polynesian, I remember last year, 2024, all of a sudden in May, it seemed like Polynesian's floodgates opened, right?
Correct.
Was that the start of
That was
them
the
kinda-
start of
okay,
yes,
that's what I
absolutely,
thought.
and
Yeah.
that was. Thank you for reminding me that that was the timing when the normalcy of what we would know is traditional started to happen again, and it's still very, very low
It
by
is.
historical
Right.
numbers and standards. What I always share with my members, but
It's-
that's the timing.
It's
Yeah.
super
The gates
important.
opened. The gates opened.
As I put on my glasses that make me smart. Is just so people are wondering, maybe if they haven't read the report or they're
Yeah.
wondering, how many have bought. Oh my God, are they buying back like 99%
No.
of all the contracts? This is just a basic stat. This year, we have sold 3,860 contracts. They have bought back 160, which is 4.1%.
And that's 2025, right?
2025 so far.
2025
That's
year to
it.
date.
Yeah.
Year to date.
4%. That means literally 96%
Is
of
wa- is
every
waiver, yeah,
contracts.
is-
Yeah.
Those people are owners, which
Yeah.
is great. Now, Scotty, tell people out there when ROFR comes into play, and a lot of people I know, Carrie gets the question, you get the question, are there some resorts this year in
Right.
2025, because it does vary every single year, they go
Yeah.
through waves.
great question.
Go through
Yep.
waves.
Yep.
What's kind of got a little target on it,
Yeah.
and what seems to be like skating through?
Yeah.
it's really interesting because observing this data over the last 10 years, it's really been, I remember when Vero Beach and Hilton Heads would be like big-time targets.
Oh, really?
Which means, no, seriously, do you
Before
remember?
my time.
I mean,
I do. There was a little bit.
it
Yeah.
was like Disney loved the Vero Beaches and Hilton Heads. We were selling a lot of them.
I do remember that.
No, seriously. So the point what I was going to make is, great question. I would tell somebody today, there really is not a target resort, generally speaking, because over the last 10 years, it really seems to go from resort to resort. And perfect example, the latest report for our September report that you were reading, which is online in our blog. The number one target was Animal Kingdom.
Right.
8 contracts bought.
Yeah.
I would always, if there is a target resort, I would say Saratoga Springs and Animal Kingdom, Carrie, are 2 of the resorts that generally would be bought back more. Well, why? Saratoga Springs is the number 1 resort we sell by the thousands. Animal Kingdom is number 2 with Old Key West. So if there's a heck of a lot more being sold.
Right. The odds are.
Right.
Yeah.
And also great value, which is why we sell a lot of those. So this report is a good reflection of what generally Animal Kingdom over the years always was a good target.
Yeah.
What was interesting about this report last month was the Grand Floridian.
Right.
Oh, I got thoughts on that.
Yeah,
Right.
so I want to hear it because we would go a while, and my analytical mind was thinking Disney wouldn't want to concentrate much on the more expensive stuff. One thing I tell my members, why aren't they buying back 80%?
Yeah.
If they can flip it for 200 plus a point.
Perfect point.
Here's why. They got to pay for this. Capital. Capital is valuable. So you would think they don't want to deploy as much of their capital because they're building more valuable things. Resorts, theme park rides. So, but Grand Floridian snuck back in.
Right.
Disney's just like any other company where each department has a budget. So there is a ROFR department.
Yeah.
And every year they're given, hey, you got XXX to spend for this whole entire fiscal year.
Yeah.
That's where these decisions come in, which is important why Scotty said that too, is because they go, basically, what's the best ROI that we can get for these resorts? Because we have to buy it back at that price that it was sold for. It's not that Disney can swoop in and go, oh, this was sold for $160. Let's
Good
buy it
price,
back
we'll
for
buy
$10.
that. Right.
No, you got to buy it back.
Is Saratoga and Animal Kingdom, Scotty? Do you think that is there a reason that they're buying those back? Do you think it's related to length of deed plus good price per point?
Yeah.
Do you think that has anything to do with it?
You know, and to the Saratoga Springs comment I made, I've been shocked that they haven't been buying back as much as that over the last 2 years when they started the floodgates open when we opened the new tower.
Yeah.
100%.
Back to your question. Carrie, I tell you, it just doesn't make sense. If, for example, back to the September report, besides the 2 biggest targets, then there was a smattering. I like the words Paul Krieger used.
Oh, yeah.
They bought a little, Beach Club, Boardwalk, Grand Californian, and Old Key West.
Yeah.
So to the question, it doesn't make sense when they usually what they decide to buy back. Polynesian made sense. They're selling the new tower. There was a big wave of buybacks. Made sense. Grand Floridian, remember when they were opening up the new new inventory when they renovated the Grand Floridian, the main. There was there wasn't as many buybacks, but there were.
Once they start selling it live,
yes.
they ain't gonna buy it back,
right?
Because when they sell the Polynesian now, they get 100% of $235 a point. Why would Disney use that money and go, I'm gonna buy this poly back for $160 to sell it for $2? That's just not a good. So once they start selling stuff live, that's why live stuff is usually
usually off the table, although when I sell my beloved Aulani every once in a while, we're still selling that. I should say Disney. And
there was one I think this year.
I know. I was shocked. I would tell people because now there's some nuances. Yeah. So what's my bet?
Right.
The Saratoga, because is it the more years? No. Is it the Vero Beach and Hilton Head?
Yeah.
2 of the cheapest with the shortest years, highest dues. And there was I'm telling you, there was an inordinate amount that was bought back.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense. And you know what, Mark Twain said about common sense, right? It's not too common. Honestly, we work for Disney. I would love to be in that ROFR, the Disney ROFR room.
We've always said that make the best reality
Because
show.
I tell everybody, they never shared that data with us. We didn't have that intelligence. So it really, there's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
Unless there's that new sale dynamic where...
Right.
I always think that they need to, when you're a Disney Vacation Club guy, they need something that we used to call like a drop product, right? Like, let's say I'm looking at DVC for the first time and Carrie goes, well, this is great, but it's $245 a point. Like, I don't know. Do you have anything cheaper? So worst case scenario, maybe that's why they're buying it back. And I know we're going to talk about it later, how much Animal Kingdom is direct with Disney, but maybe they need something that's $30 a point less,
Right.
35. So go, you know what? Don't leave yet, because look, I might be able to find some Animal Kingdom points for
Right,
you
right.
here, just to be able to get that guest.
Or for like an add-on or something like that.
Some add-ons.
No,
Yeah. 100%.
If there's one other point I'd like to say about this September report,
Yeah, please.
which is still, so I would say this is still great news, although the headlines are, wow, 4%, it's as high as ever, watch out. I tell everybody, if you look at the data historically, Disney will buy back, I say around 8% of our contracts, historically, generally speaking, up until COVID 20, and then 2021 when it just stopped.
Right.
And there was just a lot of things going on with the Disney Corporation at the time, and change of CEO. But generally speaking, the buyback rate is about twice this much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right? I mean, if you think about it.
Yes.
So it's you still got 96% chance you're going to buy that great resort at that great deal you've always wanted. But I'd argue you have another 50% chance of still buying it, because normally it'd be an 8% buyback rate. You know what I mean?
100%.
So
we as agents get an email from Kevin, our company president, when contracts are bought back.
Right.
And it comes across to all the agents. Here's a list of all the contracts that were bought back. We used to typically get an email maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's once
Pays
a month.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's it. That's
on a regular
all they bought
basis.
back.
On a regular
Regular
basis since this company started. Yeah.
Always do that.
So think of that. And from a seller's perspective, it's a win-win, I always say.
Right,
It's
right.
irrelevant.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, let's move on and talk about. Let's do the next one, and then we'll end with your. See, I have all my sheets on the floor.
Your file
It's
cabinet
what I have.
behind us.
This is my 2 cents for anyone that really cares. Why is Disney buying back so many things with the name Grand in it, right? Grand Californian, Grand Floridian. This is my take, is that I think when they're touring people at like the Polynesian or maybe the new Disneyland Tower out there, they go, yeah, it's nice. Imagine you're at the Poly and you look over and the next door neighbor is the Grand Floridian. And that guest goes, Poly's nice, but ooh, I like that. How much is that one? Right?
Yeah.
I think I want to buy that one. So I think that's why they're buying back the inventory, because if you have a guest that says, well, I don't know if I like the Poly, but I love this location, I love being in the monorail. Well, hey, we got some Grand Floridian points
Oh, that's interesting.
that we can say. And the same thing with Disneyland, that, because the Grand Californian's right there. You could exit out the back and go right into the actual park. So people that might tour the Disneyland Hotel and all of its modern hipness might be like, I like that cozy Grand Californian.
Yeah.
Can I buy that? I don't care how much it costs. But I think that they would, again, rather give the guest something versus having them walk away and wind up talking to one of us.
Interesting.
And many folks might say, I got married there. I want the Grand
That's very
Floridian.
true. Yeah.
But
With the
that's an
wedding
interesting
pavilion.
point you make. And back to what you asked, Carrie, there's a multitude of factors that hard to quantify.
Right.
That's certainly one.
Yeah.
And so many others. But don't think about it, because it truly is as random as ever. Still 50% less the historical buyback rate.
Yeah.
And
that's why reach out to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all say the same thing too, right? Yes, definitely reach out to us. But I think every agent will say the same thing, is that if you're trying to get the algorithm or the analytics down, or you'll be there all day. So if you find the contract, it works. It's the perfect number of points. It's the perfect price for you. Just roll the dice with it, because odds are definitely in your favor.
Yes. Nothing happens. Worst case is they
Yeah,
buy it back,
they buy
move
it
it over
back.
to a different
Yeah.
listing, and then you try again. There was a time,
Yeah.
I remember a couple of years ago when Bay Lake Tower seemed like
Your
it
favorite.
was a walking target. And I think we had at one point, it was like 30 to 40% of all Bay Lake
Wow.
Tower contracts
Was bought back?
were bought back.
I know
It was
why.
insane.
And I was looking, there wasn't one. And if you
There
look
haven't
at
been
the
one.
year-end data, Bay Lake is,
Yeah.
gosh,
It's one of those that have not been bought back. Like, it's crazy.
oh, that's why it's not on the list.
Yeah.
It didn't even make
Right.
the list.
I was about to put my glasses on. Crazy.
So,
One
yeah.
of the greatest values,
Right.
if when you look at the, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nuts. So that's ROFR. And again, when
Yep.
you have any questions, reach out to us at the DVC Resale Market. We got a phone number. We got a website.
We got all kinds
We
of
got
things.
live chat.
Well, and take a look at the blogs too, because I was saying before we started, I haven't had a wonderful conversation this past 2 weeks with a member or a new member online, and I said you could check out our blog since you seem to like all this data and research. He said, I saw your blog up there, the little tag blog. He said I didn't even click on it because most companies don't keep up with their blogs. I said we do, we do. I said we are up to date every single moment that we can write a blog. It's updated. So, and you will go down a rabbit hole of information. It is phenomenal. So
That is
check
good.
out the blog section
That
on
is
our
good.
website. Yeah. What's the next one, Derek?
We're
Talk
going to
about-
talk about, well, how much is this going to cost?
yeah.
You can't get to ROFR until you buy something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what is like the
Average price?
average selling price?
Yeah, this is another good one.
We again take all the resorts and we will let you know specifically for each and every single resort.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what was the average? Again, I want to stress, Carrie knows this takes everything from what, 50 points to 500 points.
That
So
was-
it's a
yeah.
blended
Yep.
average for
Yeah.
every resort because we want to be able to show people, and Scotty's going to kind of talk about some of the highlights and maybe some patterns. We don't just do, hey, here's for September and that's it, because then people wonder, well, how did that change from August?
Right.
How did that change? So
From
we show
last
you the whole year.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
12 months.
12 months.
Yeah.
So Scotty, looking at this is September, and by the time this show airs, we will already have the October
Yeah.
one will be up. So these
true.
are September numbers. But Scotty, was there anything when it comes to average selling prices that when the September blog came out that it made it easier for Paul to write?
Yeah.
Right.
And
Anything
the
noteworthy?
macro point I'll make, which has been trending, is in September, we had one of the highest increases. When you look at the average price of our entire portfolio of DVC resorts that are available
Yeah.
for sale, that we sell,
Yeah.
there was a 4.1% increase on the average price from the month previously.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we went from in August, average price $122 a point. Okay, it jumped up to $127. One of the biggest increases in a while.
Yeah.
And why I said not surprising. This has been trending. If you look back at the last, I call it 4 or 5 years that are a blur. Remember, it was almost 4 years ago to this day, when the U.S. Commerce Department headline news was inflation hit the highest level in 39 years in every sector of our country.
Yeah.
You name it.
Yeah.
Well, what did that mean for timeshare in general and Disney? Well, in 20 and 21, remember, it was just record inflation. Everything was riding what we all experienced as Americans, whether it's your price of a car, price of a computer, to buy an airplane ticket, go on vacation,
Yeah.
Disney hotels, Disney tickets, right? So there was that trend line that went up for about a good 2 years and 2-3 years where we were seeing record prices. So if you look back, about 2 to 3 years ago,
Yeah.
you'd see an arc going up,
Yeah.
and then what happened about a little over a year ago, when finally, for all Americans, I mean, we're still fighting inflation in different areas, but prices started to fall, and in a lot of parts of our economy. So what I was telling folks is, hey, so one of the best times to buy DVC resale right now is in 4 to 5 years because we were falling back into what I would say more historical levels of what a Saratoga should sell for, what an Animal Kingdom should sell for. Now, what this latest September report shows is, well, we had an average, we're spiking up a little.
Right.
So that seems to contradict what I just said. Generally speaking, if you look at prices now, they're still, I'll call more reasonable.
Yeah.
Do you? I
Right.
mean, And you're buying when you can buy Aulani, in the 90s, and you're getting Saratogas right now, which I love.
Yeah.
And depending on the size contract, pricing is dependent on the size contract or resort. Like you said, don't take average.
Yeah.
Because you can look at an average and it's skewed different ways.
Right, absolutely.
But when you're buying Saratogas in the 90s, low 100s, generally speaking,
Yeah.
Animal Kingdoms in the high 90s, high single digits, low double digits. Generally speaking, this is really what was more normal 5-6 years ago. So it's a good story, despite this report showing, hey, it went up $5 a point, 4%. But again, was that what is being used in this metric?
Right.
But generally speaking, prices have stayed relatively reasonable. Great time to buy. Whereas from 20, 21, 22, 23, incredible time to sell. Remember, we were telling prices had never been this high.
Oh, yeah.
Now, depending on what you own, still a great time to sell because we are on pace to have what will be the industry's record year. I'm hoping we're going to hit 5,000 sales.
Yeah.
I don't, so we're having a record year of sales.
And that's just what you've sold.
That's how I can afford this. I'm in a
That's how you
Hugo
dress up
Boss
today.
coat.
That's why
Derek's
you're
in a
wearing a suit.
pullover. No, but so.
Take your private jet from Longboat
Yeah.
over here.
But
avoid
you
the
would
traffic.
think. So what drives? In economy and pricing is always supply and demand, right?
Yeah.
And it's always predicated on what specific resort. So don't take these averages. Generally speaking, I'd say a great time to buy. Would you agree? Generally speaking,
yes.
by historical standards.
And
Yes.
it's
Right?
this, Carrie, this is probably the biggest reason
Yeah.
too,
Okay.
is we've sold so much over, say late spring throughout the summer that our inventory was what? Like for a while back then,
my
it was
God.
600.
We
Right.
would
700
consistent.
listings?
Yeah.
Like this. Last time I checked, this was yesterday. I
Yeah.
think we had like 270
we
something.
were under 300.
Which is crazy. So like Scotty said, it's supply and demand.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's why if there's usually 75 Saratoga Springs listings to be able to pick and choose from, the price is going to drop a little bit.
Exactly.
If it goes down to 25 or 30, the price is going to go up a little bit. But this,
Exactly.
Carrie, made me laugh because I was like, you had mentioned it too.
This is-
it is ridiculously resort specific.
Oh, my gosh.
Like Scotty said, that
Yeah.
general $5 increase, that covers every resort. Right. So that's covering all of them. But
these are resorts that you may not, maybe a couple you might think, but starting with the first increase,
yeah.
that's a huge increase.
Boulder Ridge went up $18
a point. Boulder Ridge, that's crazy.
I haven't looked at our Boulder Ridge sales in
Yeah.
the month of September.
Yeah.
But it may have been, again, what size contracts? So
Right.
how many did we
Yeah, yeah,
sell
yeah,
in
right.
Boulder Ridge? And
Right.
were the lion's share of what we sold what we call the small
Right.
people always ask, Scott, what does it mean
Yeah.
small contract
Yeah.
on the listing? Were they 100 pointers,
Right.
125s?
Yeah. Right.
Because what I tell folks is the small contracts carry, those 50s, the 60s,
Right, 75.
75
Yeah.
will sell for a good, on a seller's perspective, a good 5 to 10% premium, easy.
Absolutely.
Regardless of what it is.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then 100 points to 150, you might get about a 1-2% appreciation on a sale price if you're selling. But then when you get to the 200s, so again, I have no idea why Boulder Ridge expires in 2042, other than back to inventory, Derek.
Well, I was going to say inventory and location too.
100%, Carrie.
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom
You are
zone
in the
property.
Magic Kingdom area. Yeah.
And do you know Boulder Ridge is one of the rarest contracts we have for sale? So to your point, low inventories has driven up prices, and has been kind of keeping prices steadily, not back to historic levels, why we're about to hit 5,000, but Boulder Ridge, I tell you,
I've had a lot of people tell me too, they're like, so we love the Wilderness Lodge. I still call it the Wilderness Lodge. Which is now, it's basically two resorts
It is.
in one.
And
So
it's at Wilderness Lodge.
So I've had people tell me, Derek, we love that resort so much. We were looking at buying, say, Copper Creek, which of course is in, the main building there. But my God, the price difference is so drastic. If we buy Boulder Ridge, we're not really concerned about, the number of years left. So you know what? We just want to have a home resort at quote unquote, the wilderness lots. So we're fine buying Boulder Ridge when it expires in 2042. So everybody's different.
And it's such a rare resort, back to what I was saying. And you and I, you had a wonderful member. I don't know if they were an existing member that waited a long time to get a contract that I was representing the seller because they had some legal issues. And that's how much they wanted that.
Yeah.
That's so
And
true.
that price didn't drop one penny.
No, one penny. We gave them many chances.
Yes.
It was some boring behind the scenes stuff, and we're like,
to your
this
point.
may take a little bit longer. Do you mind? They go, Derek, we love this contract.
Yeah.
And we love the wilderness side. We love Boulder Ridge. We will wait as long as it takes.
Because they weren't thrilled about paying an extra $18 a point on average, according to this
of
report.
course.
Because they bought it a couple months ago, so they were fine. They didn't care. They didn't care. So yeah, and overall, again, you'll see like Old Key West Extended jumped up like $22 a point. Harry, we just talked about the Grand Cal jumped up $22 a point.
That makes sense to me, though, the Grand Cal.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
You know, back to numbers.
Yeah.
My Lord.
Your favorite thing.
Well, I hit a number personally I never thought I'd see. And I want to ask you guys. I sold a Grand Cal, this is a good month, 2 months ago. 300. It hit the 3 number. Have you guys?
No, I have not. 300 per
Yes.
No.
What was it, like a 25-point contract?
Yeah, that's
No,
what it must have been
no.
small.
What,
Was it over 100?
One was a small. I don't have the memory right now. One was a smaller contract, but then another one was just like 100-pointer that was, double points. If you're wondering what double points, and I couldn't believe it because again, very few Grand Cals are for sale.
Yeah.
We have 3.
Yeah, there's 3.
We might not have. I'm
it's-
trying to get another one, but we only currently
maybe
have 3.
5 because I have 2 in the works. But I have a 50-point Grand Cal coming online today.
That
and
will not be here by the time the show airs.
Don't use our broker price
Yeah,
opinion.
that's true. It probably won't be here.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
And I was astonished. I had to, and I know what Disney's mythical direct price is.
Yeah.
If you're fortunate to maybe even be able to get it from Disney, but I also saw one of our associates. There was another sale. I couldn't believe it. There was a 3.
Wow.
And I told
crazy.
my seller, not the buyer, because that was what they look. There's 2 places to use points at Disneyland, and
Right.
The seller, I said, I think you just set an industry record.
I know.
Because, and then we hit another one. So somebody else sold one of my sellers, and it was another 3.
And
Wow.
even if it was,
had that.
because again, on this blog, on the average selling price blog, you can see the difference.
So that
in how much the points are with us
Yeah.
versus how much they are if I went directly to Disney. If you tried, for example, the Grand California, if you tried to go to Disney and call them direct and say, I love the Grand Cal, how much is it? I'm looking at it here. It is $330 per point with 0 discount. Our average for the Grand Cal was $265. So you're saving 20%.
20.
That's just on the Grand Cal because, again, Scotty, you had mentioned Aulani.
Yeah.
That, to me, is my favorite when I talk to folks that are looking. Direct is $235.
I know.
With us, 96. You're saving 59%.
I know.
Yeah, and if we can just bring on one other comment about I love this average sales report we do every month in the blog. But thank you for going to this part. I love this part because what this report's showing, we're seeing spreads of a discount that you can benefit from. Again, historically, I would tell my buyers, my members, if you and being a real analytical guy, the threshold to where you can, it really makes sense on a resale perspective when you factor discounts, at least a good 33%.
Yeah.
But thank you, Aulani 50%. We're seeing 40s, 50s. You never seen these spreads in the history of our company, and nobody collects the data like us.
Right.
So another takeaway from the ROFR report, and now wrapping up the average sale price, takeaway, buyers, you're in an excellent position.
Yeah.
Because look at these spreads compared to, thankfully, the Disney company.
Yeah.
And, oh, by the way, sellers, that helps you because Disney always raises the bar.
Oh, yeah.
In what the secondary market pricing will settle into. That's why that ROFR you said is your friend. So sellers also benefit. But this is as good a time to buy. The prices went up 4%. No, because you haven't seen a spread to your favor.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had talked to someone the other day that says, so I know in like December and January is when you guys always get more listings. right? Because we know that that's the time of year. Because why, Carrie? Why, Scotty? Why do we get more listings in December and January?
Well, the Disney company, a lot of my members don't still forget. Every member pays their dues on a calendar year after Disney meets at the Condominium Association in December, assesses what each resort's dues will be.
Yeah, exactly.
And sends every member their bill to be paid in January, unless you go on a monthly plan.
Right.
So we have use years, but every member. And you do hear, I'm going to go into the data. I'd like to come back. Truly, there is more of a wave of listings.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wondering how much of that is a little more myth than reality. We had 5,000 sales this year.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Pretty good number of. There's always factors. Disney corporate, macro things influence some people to sell. But to your point, I think.
And that's where, if you're a seller and you're on the fence, right now, like, okay, I have it. Maybe I haven't used it as much in the last few years. What we're trying to tell you, get it up now. Just get it up now. Because when we start getting more listings, again, whether it's 10 more a week, 20 more a week, 50 more a week, that means more competition. That means more eyes have other things to pick from.
I was just going to say that more eyes on the listings too. And so we kind of hit that wave come in January, February, where that is our wave of busy season, if you will. And so to your point of getting things up now, you have eyes on it, and then you have less listings too to compete with now as we get more listings as December and January come.
That's a great point. I want to follow up on that. The busy season. So ironically, December and January, you get an inordinate amount of folks wanting to sell because I got 5 contracts. I don't want to pay dues on 5. I'm going to divest.
Exactly.
But and that's important because you're going to get your dues back. You will not have to pay it.
Right.
That's another reason to sell now.
Right.
As the average sales report said, running low inventory, you do not see 200 plus. Yeah. Back supply and demand, simple economics.
Yeah. If you know you're not going to use it in 2026. Just sell it because now you don't have to pay your dues.
Pricing to your advantage right now. Right. No, but
what are you doing?
You're yelling.
But then Carrie, you made a wise point there. So
thank you, Scott.
You actually get a double boost that come January. Well, Christmas, January week are the most expensive time to go to the Walt Disney resorts. The highest rollers. They're the ones buying these contracts. So you have the stimulus of low inventory, pricing goes up. Then you have the stimulus of high rollers coming into January. Now there's a slight lull. Then you got President's Day weekend, and then we learned there's a Jersey week, and then there's the New Orleans, and it just rolls through the first quarter. The first quarter. So then guess what? That extra boost. It's not like you just went into third or fourth gear and. That raises the bar on pricing. So,
Let's switch over to this one.
Spot on. So here we go. Now we're going to wrap up with one that's near and dear to Scotty's heart, and you can tell how old I am because when I printed it out, it's literally like the biggest.
I don't even know if that's still agate type.
It looks like an eye test.
Front page headline type there.
This looks like an eye test that just gets worse as you go down
really
the page.
Does. It's awful.
For all of us here that are over a certain age, so I appreciate that big font.
This is the most economical resorts to purchase. So, Scotty, tell everybody the factors that go into determining what makes a resort economical.
Love it.
Yeah. Well, the basis for this report we do twice a year. So what are the factors of owning and buying DVC, right? Well, you got the price of the contract.
Right.
So as we said, the average right now is going up to $127.
Right.
Okay.
Price.
Then you have the dues.
Right.
That you pay every year. Got to factor that. And what is a third factor that can is how many years on the Disney lease I call, or the ownership.
Right.
So those 3 factors, that latter one is not an economical, but
it's
It's
important.
a
That's
factor.
important.
Yeah, absolutely.
That drives value, and I'll get to later, a residual value.
Yes.
Because more years of using, more years of a legacy for your children, your grandchildren, more years if for some reason you need to sell contract 5 and go downsize to 3, if there's more years, generally speaking, it's going to be worth more.
Right.
There's more time to enjoy it. So those are the 3 factors.
Yep.
Okay, we throw them into this magical, pot, and out comes a ranking. And the ranking is just simply, what is the average price per point to own Riviera or Copper Creek? I mentioned those because they're number 1 and 2. What is the average price per point when you factor the most recent reports we have? So we look at the most recent average sale price. So Riviera, when I did this report back in the spring, I'll be doing another one here shortly. So the average price of Riviera in April, on the April report, was $117 a point.
Okay.
There's 44 years left. Okay. The dues, we know what the dues are. So it's a simple mathematical equation, and you end up with the total cost to own the Riviera is $11.72. The cost to own Riviera.
Yeah.
So that's the most affordable resort to own. Copper Creek costs you 1 penny more, Carrie. Okay, you got to stretch it. And then Bay Lake Tower, number 3, costs $11.90.
Gotcha.
18 pennies
Yeah, 18
more.
cents more. And there's
per
Bay
point.
Lake?
Bay Lake.
Bay Lake.
Okay, and I'll just round out the top 5.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
that's what's
good.
important.
That's great.
Then
Yeah.
Polynesian.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, Polynesian, $11.93.
Wow.
3 extra more pennies if you've always loved a Polynesian. Then to own Bay Lake. So, and then Saratoga Springs is number 5
Yeah.
at $12.04. Reason why I wanted to just mention that, we're talking, it's really negligible, I believe.
Yes.
What is important is, as you guys know very well, every member's different. What are their motivations? Do they like a resort they've always gone to? Therefore,
Right.
that home resort priority might be important.
absolutely.
It's where I got married. It's
Yep.
where I had my first trip.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a grandmother now. I don't care that Boulder Ridge has 16 years left. I want to enjoy my grandchildren now. So every buyer is different. So this rankings, it's important on a general perspective.
Yeah.
But, and if you're curious, if you haven't read one of these, the most expensive resort to own is Beach Club. And it's always down there at the bottom 2.
Yep.
Vero Beach and Hilton Head.
Yep.
They're going to run you $16 to $17 a point.
Yeah.
So 50% more
Right.
than the top 5.
Yeah.
This sounds like a logical
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Is that because of the length of deed?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
time frame.
Factor.
Yep.
Hilton Head and Vero Beach have the 2 highest dues.
Dues.
Factor
right.
2.
Yep.
But also, what drives pricing? Derek, you pointed out that we had low inventory. Everything's predicated on economy is supply and demand.
Right.
If more people want Beach Club, the price is going to stay high, regardless that there's only 16 years.
Yep.
If less people want Hilton Head and Vero Beach, that drives a very low price,
Right.
but their high dues and low years hurts them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, takeaway from this report is, if you are someone that doesn't have an affinity to any resort, you know what? I like to say, I'm a value-driven person, okay? We're talking about they're all deluxe level. These are the best of the best.
They are.
And if you've been going, and not to just disrespect the value resorts or the moderates,
Nope.
but this is flying first class, okay? And if you're comfortable staying at any one of these first class resorts,
Right.
what's the best bang for your buck?
Absolutely.
This report could be good.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you're younger or older, that was my next question.
Right.
I have from if you're
length.
a younger member, those years are going to be more important.
Right.
Okay. So that's something to throw into the mix. So if you're not somebody that's resort, specific, this can be a really good guide. And I don't know, would you say that's most members?
No. I mean, the guide's always very, very, very helpful, and I love to share it with people too, because a lot of people will, when they learn about the club, go, I'm just looking for the best bang for my buck.
Right.
So, however, like Scotty touched on, this report will list Riviera as number 1.
Yeah.
Why? It's got a year till I think it's 2070 or whatnot. But what the resort is not going to touch are the intangibles. That if I buy Riviera resale, I can't stay anywhere else.
Right.
I know.
Right? So for a lot of people, that might be, oh, look, Riviera's number 1. I'm going to buy it. You can't stay anywhere
have to
else.
look
I don't
below
want to
that,
do that
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So then they go down the list, which is funny because then you look at a place like Beach Club. And I think all of us, every agent, probably more than any other resort, if we talk to a guest and they tell us, and we find out that their favorite resort is Beach Club, that's where they always
Yep.
want to stay, you got to buy the Beach Club.
Yeah.
No matter what. Because again, I've said it 1,000 times. Everybody finds value in different ways, just like Scotty said.
Yeah.
Some find it in, I get it till 2098. Other people go, look, it's got low dues. It's got a low price.
And other people say that 11-month booking window, my home resort,
That's
is
Beach Club.
only it is Beach Club. That's only what matters, and that's okay too. And that's why this report also is so helpful
Yeah.
because members, as we began, this segment with Scotty, we were talking about how diverse and unique our team is. How unique and diverse each resort is. Every member is also very unique and diverse too, with how you use this membership, how you enjoy to, factor in all of these things. What are you looking for?
Yeah.
Is it price per point? Is it bang for your buck? Is it
Yeah.
home resort priority? Whatever it might be. And this is going to be your gold right here.
Yeah.
This report.
So as we wrap up,
Yeah.
this was a question that I wanted to throw out. So taking in all these factors, I said, let's play a little game as we wrap up the show.
Right.
Let's say someone out there is kind enough and they emailed us and they said, guys, we love the show. We love it forever. We want to buy each of you a Disney Vacation Club membership. Free.
Thanks.
You don't have to pay for it at all. So take into account
Thank you, Nick.
resort,
Thank you, Nick
everything else.
Cotton.
So you get to pick one.
Yeah.
Scotty, I'll start with you. If
Wow.
you were to get one and
Wow.
someone was kind enough to buy you a membership,
Boy.
you don't have to pay dues, you don't
Yeah.
have to do anything
Yeah.
else. Like, what would
Where are
you
you going?
buy knowing that that's going to be the, quote, best bang
Yeah.
for your buck?
That's
For their buck.
Yeah.
Right.
Gosh,
Ours.
great question. And takeaway of all this is value is in the eye of the beholder. Back
Always.
to everything we said, is a priority. Like being from Hawaii, Aulani.
See?
Yeah.
If I could a free membership,
Yeah.
great long-term value.
Yeah.
Right.
Ranked number 7 in the spring,
I was
and
just gonna
and
say,
and
you're in the
and,
top
and
10
it's
there.
just still holding at 7.
Yeah.
No brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great value because right now the pricing is suppressed.
Yeah.
Got a lot of years.
Yeah.
I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
And you're going to need that priority if there's peak
Right.
season.
See, there you
Right.
go.
Okay. You're not just picking up the phone to go fly, and so
Yeah.
I go Aulani.
Yeah.
See, that's
I
great.
like that one.
Yeah.
That's a perfect answer,
Yeah.
too. Because I've even had people tell me, Derek, I can't buy this resort. Not that it's bad,
Yeah.
but I want to love what I own.
Yeah.
I want to be able to tell people I'm an owner at
Right.
XXX
It's true.
versus something else. So
Yeah.
that plays a part in it, too.
Yeah.
What about you?
I have to go with Polynesian. So my points are at Grand Floridian right now, but I have to go with Polynesian. It's in the top 4 here. And for me personally, I do like a good bang for my buck, of course.
Yeah.
I am value driven, but I do like that. And I'm not also an 11-month booking window girl because we're local. But I would use it, say, for that Christmas time frame, that holiday time frame, because of the location of the fireworks.
The bungalow.
I was saying, you've got also the bungalow, the studios with all the Mary Blair beautiful art, because I
Yeah.
love the Disney history. But then the new tower is so gorgeous.
And the priority is
rooms are-
still good there. Gosh.
Exactly. So I'd have to go with Polynesian. And then I have Grand Floridian Polynesian. I just make my way around the monorail, like the Monopoly game. What would you choose?
I had my answer before we started.
I know it's interesting.
Did you change it?
Yeah, I
just
just
see the
changed it.
report, right?
I'm gonna
Because then
throw a wrinkle
my
in.
emotions started creeping
Well,
in.
that's funny you say
What?
that, because I was originally going to say Saratoga.
I was going to say Saratoga Springs.
I
Only
changed it, though.
because, again, we don't book far out. Like,
Right,
I own
no.
the boardwalk.
Yeah.
I don't plan the boardwalk to
Right.
go. I'll plan like 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, what's available next week?
Tomorrow, yeah.
So for me, like, best bang for the buck, sleeper on points will always be. For all folks out there, they know. I've told them.
Yeah.
Listen, if you ain't going to plan more than 7 months out and you love to go to
Right.
Disney World, just buy Saratoga Springs.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes to that emotion and that heart, that I want to be able to know that that's what I own, I think I'm going to go with Polynesian.
Yeah, that's what I would guess for you too.
am.
It's funny because I was going to go with Saratoga also because of price per point, but then the emotion kicked in. So that's what I love about
And then
what
you
we
realize,
do.
wait a
I
second,
know.
I'm not paying for it.
Well,
That's true.
It's all personal, and
Yeah.
if I'm just going to throw in one final thing.
Yeah.
That was a really neat exercise, and we have these all the times, with our buyers and
This is
members.
real
You know
conversations.
what? If I had met you, Carrie, and all that wonderful, personal experience and the appreciation you have, knowing the rankings and the metrics behind it, I would say, gosh, Carrie, you are never, ever, ever going to regret that. And that is, it's not the one of the most affordable contracts to buy.
Right.
Right.
Okay, but why do I say what I say? if and when one day you need to rent this out
yeah.
with our DVC rentals,
I didn't even take that
or
into
gosh
account.
forbid, you've got to sell it.
Right.
You will never, ever...
So
there's only
true.
3 resorts on the prized monorail. So I almost wanted, like you, my emotions. So the last thing, and we won't talk about it here, is long-term, gosh forbid, don't want to call it investment. You get the question a lot.
Oh, all the
what could be
time.
worth more if I ever sell it?
Yeah.
I don't have a crystal ball, but I promise you Polynesian is going to be worth more,
Oh,
Carrie,
yes.
than Aulani,
It's a great point.
than Saratoga.
great
Far,
point.
night and day.
It's a great point.
But
Yeah.
There will never ever be another resort directly across the water from the Magic
No,
Kingdom.
there can't be.
It's scientific
There just
fact.
can't be. You can't
They
get,
could build it
yeah.
all around it,
No.
up above it.
It's done.
but directly
That view,
across
It
it.
is done.
When you get your Dole Whip and you step on the beach and you've got your balcony and you see those fireworks and if you are not a Disney lover, you will be in that moment.
I wanna go.
It's
that was fun.
spectacular.
This was great.
That was
This
really
is great,
fun.
Scotty. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Scotty, thank you so much. for
Great
coming.
information.
We really love
Yeah.
having you here. We love your insight. We love your perspective. We just love your enthusiasm and all that. So it was great.
Well,
so
I appreciate
thank you for
being
coming.
here on this Aloha Friday, and please enjoy all the data that we keep pouring out in our blogs and the team,
Yes.
all of these wonderful associates that you get to meet.
And you can reach out to Scotty too. If you have
Yep.
any questions, reach out to him at Scotty at DVC Resale Market.
Yep, Scotty. Yeah,
Com,
Scotty
right?
with the Y. But always
Scotty
glad to
with a
talk
Y.
numbers. If
We
there's
love
somebody else out there like me, so thank you again. Have a wonderful weekend.
Well, yeah, we're not letting you go yet because
No,
we,
no,
have
no.
to, we have to do our show goodbye.
We have a
that's right.
long-standing.
But we
That's
can't even do
right.
that yet. We
Tradition.
have to remind everyone.
Oh, yeah, we have to
remind
remind
you.
us first.
Folks out there want to know, how can I win money? All
That's
this talk
right.
about economics, it made me hungry for a $100
That's
Disney gift
right.
card. So remember, let us know. Leave it in the YouTube comments. This is the Thanksgiving show. So
Right.
what show, when you arrive at Disney World, are you thankful
snack?
for? Oh, what
Yeah.
snack?
We know you're thankful for our show, but what snack
Yes.
at Walt Disney World are you most thankful for? Oh, we could say Disneyland too.
Oh, Disneyland
or Aulani. Or
Aulani, come on,
Aulani.
yeah.
They've got
What
some great
food
yeah.
item, whether it's snack or a main entree, are
Yeah.
you excited to put into your body?
Yep.
When
Snack,
you
food item,
Disney
alcoholic
vacation?
beverage, whatever you
Whatever.
like to do. Food and wine festivals,
Oh,
whatever.
anything.
Yeah, any of them. Which snack are you most thankful for at any of the Disney experiences
Love it.
around the world?
Tell us.
Really.
Leave us in the comments. Send us an email again at info@worldofdvc.com. And you can win a $100 Disney gift card to
gift
buy
card.
said item on
Yes.
your next vacation.
Love
So
it.
this was great. And again, thank you everybody out there for watching and tuning in another month. Again, we couldn't do this if it wasn't for each and every one of you. So thank you. Thank you. We are so thankful for you.
And we wish you all a wonderful and blessed Thanksgiving as well.
Wonderful, blessed Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And without further ado,
Yep.
this is it.
One more thing. Long-standing tradition.
Tradition.
One more
We
thing
are
left to do.
Glad you're here. Thank you all for tuning in. And we'll see
you
you
real
real soon. Oh, happy Thanksgiving, Scotty. Same to you, Derek.
It starts with a spark, alive in our hearts, a chance to build your legacy. To go to magical places with smiling faces and value and trust you can see.